Transforming your life with hypnotherapy just got easier with your host, Julie from CoachingHypnosis.net.
Welcome back, dear listener, to Coaching Hypnosis, to my wonderful community over in the United States. I've got a little something to help you reclaim your time this month. We talk so much about wellness and self-care, but you can't do that if you're stuck in the grocery aisle. That's why I've partnered with Instacart. If you're in the US and haven't tried it, you get free deliveries on your first 3 orders. It's a total game changer for getting your healthy essentials delivered right to your door in as fast as 30 minutes. You can also try using the promo code FSAHSA1035 at checkout for extra savings. To get those free deliveries, just click the link in my show notes. Using that link really helps support this show. Thank you so much for the love. Cheers. Today we're talking to the professional martyrs, the visionaries who think the entire company will vanish into thin air if they take a lunch break. Let's be radically, almost hilariously honest. You love being the hero. You love the one who saves the day at 11 p.m. on a Sunday. You tell your partner and your team you're exhausted and carry the whole world subconsciously. You tell your partner and your team that you're exhausted and carrying the whole world, but subconsciously, you're addicted to it. You've turned your burnout into a badge of honor. Today, we're peeling back the mask on the Martyr Complex. We're exploring why your self-sacrifice is actually a sophisticated form of avoidant coping, and why your team is secretly wishing you'd just go on holiday so they could finally do their jobs without you saving them every 5 minutes. The martyr's internal monologue is a loop of global necessity and external locus of control. See if this sounds familiar. The incompetent shield. I have to do the marketing, the sales, and check the spelling on the office fridge labels. If I don't, it will be a disaster. I'm surrounded by people who just don't get it like I do. The noble complaint. I haven't had a weekend off in 6 months. Look at me. I'm literally dying for this company. Doesn't anyone see how much I'm suffering for their paychecks? I'll delegate, but it takes more time to explain it than to just do it myself. This is the analytical trap mixed with driver impatience, the raw honesty. You are terrified of being irrelevant. If the company runs perfectly without you, then who are you? You are using your work to avoid the ambiguity of your own identity outside of being the CEO. You've created an identification stable as the burden bearer, and your subconscious is terrified that if you put the burden down, you'll realize you're actually just tired. It's funny how we sabotage our own growth to feel needed. You hire expensive A players, and then you micromanage them into C players because you won't give them the password to the vision. You trigger autonomic reactivity in your team every time you swoop in and fix a minor problem. They stop trying because they know you'll just rewrite their work anyway. You're stuck in a shield of injustice. You feel like a victim of your own success. You go home and sigh loudly so your family knows how important and busy you are. But the truth is, you're just a driver who hasn't learned that the highest form of leadership isn't doing the work, it's developing the people who do. You're playing a global game with a micro mindset, and your body is the one paying the invoice. To break the martyr loop, we have to make letting go feel safer than holding on. 1. Reframing sacrifice as sabotage. We use hypnosis to show your subconscious that your overwork is actually stealing growth from your team. We install the script, my rest is a strategic requirement, not a luxury. 2. Identity realignment. We shift your identification stable from the hero to the sovereign. A hero who has to struggle with sovereign simply directs. 2. Identity realignment. We shift your identification stable from the hero to the sovereign. A hero has to struggle. A sovereign simply directs. 3. Autonomic cooling. We anchor a state of calm detachment. We teach your nervous system to feel safe when you aren't busy. We rewire the brain to find pride in a team that functions without you, rather than a team that needs you to survive. Today, let's try a martyr buster. 1. Identify one task you are going to heroically do tonight after everyone leaves. 2. Don't do it. 3. Assign it to someone else with 0 instructions other than the desired outcome. 4. Notice the panic and the guilt rise in your chest? That's your hero complex throwing a tantrum. 5. Take a breath and say, I am a leader, not a janitor. 6. Go for a walk. Notice that the world did not, in fact, end. Anchor that peace. If your company can't survive without you for a week, you don't have a business. You have a very expensive, high-stress job. It's time to stop the martyrdom and start the mastery. If you're tired of the sacrifice and you're ready to trade your burnout for true sovereign leadership, book your free 40-minute clarity call. Let's dismantle the hero script and install the subconscious freedom you need to grow your business while actually having a life. Remember, aligned subconscious plus strategic delegation equals effortless scale. Thank you for listening. Align your mind. Put the burden down. Grow your business. Mindfully yours, Julie.